Shortly after Beck started his VR training, Call detected an abnormality in the program. She couldn't get a reading on his consciousness. Somehow, he had been put in a sleep-like stasis. Hey, what's going on here, William? Dr. White was ready to dive into the VR world himself to investigate, but Sonda stopped him because of the imminent danger he knew Dr. White would face there. Call, noticing the desperate situation the scientists found themselves in, stepped forward. I'll go, Dr. White. Dr. Sonda was completely taken by surprise. Call did not hesitate for a moment to volunteer for this mission. Dr. Sonda was distraught at the thought of sending Call into this dangerous situation, but he believed in her and entrusted her with the mission. A patch robot has been deployed nearby. Patches are support bots that have been sent to aid Call. Once activated, they fight alongside Call by performing various types of attacks. There are many types of patches. The first one is Strike type. They fly straight ahead, tackle the enemy, and then return to Call. The second is Homing type. They automatically pursue enemies and attack them. And third is Crusher type. They fly straight ahead, tackle the enemy, then continuously attack. When a Crusher-type patch destroys an enemy, it will always result in a burst. Use the patch bots to your advantage and rack up a high burst combo. In order to deploy and maintain Call's barrier, you need BP, barrier points. The BP gauge on the top left part of the screen near your health meter. Once depleted, it needs to fully recharge before being used again. Call's barrier is able to nullify all attacks, but you will still take damage if you touch an enemy. Also, it does not protect you from negative status effects and insta-kill traps. Try not to rely on it too much. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Mighty Gunvolt Burst. Last time we left off, we had shown off Ekaro, and now it's Call's time to shine. So, the next stage I'm going to is the oil platform where Pyro is. And this stage is actually handled very interestingly. I think this is actually one of the ones they recommend you go to first, but I've always started with Counter Shade. And Call's abilities are very interesting. So let's head on in and we can start by showing off the basics. So she works very similarly to the way she did in Mighty Number 9. She's got her regular shot. She has a... oh right, there's low gravity in the water. A hover, which temporarily lasts, but you have to hold the button for it to work. So if you hit the jump button and then press, be careful with that, because I've had it where I've been at the arc of my jump and started to hover when I let it go, so it's interesting to time. And of course, she has her barrier, which has a limited amount, but she's got something more. Patch units. You'll find patch just anywhere in the stages, and there's 3 different versions of them. And each one has a different mechanic. Think of them as Beat the Bird. That is the best way I can describe the patches here. And there's one little bonus thing that you can unlock with her, customization costumes. When you swap weapons, you can set certain costumes of the top 3 that won in the contest next to hers. Anyways, I should switch back to my normal weapon. There we go. Now I've got her attacks to max, so I'm gonna be a one-shot wondering a lot of things and remembering how this stage works. I think I have the dowsing turned on, so hopefully I don't miss anything. If I do, I will go back to find them. Get rid of those quick before they explode. That's the best thing I can say. Thankfully, they don't have a hitbox until they explode. Oh, I hear something hidden. And right here, right? Yep, just some candy. Get rid of them because they can become a problem. Thankfully, there is no, like, heat gauge or anything where you start taking damage if you've been in it too long, but there is a nice thing from Gunvolt 1. We have magnets to deal with. Every time you shoot, you go upward. Interesting way of handling it, honestly. I hear the sensor for an item. That'll be something as a reward. So take your time, because the faster you shoot, the more you're gonna magnetize. Ow. So this is actually an interesting technique to get used to. Another hidden wall for another goodie. I may as well get it. Ow. I'm trying to do this legitimately without the hover because you don't have it with the other characters, but Call will make it much simpler. Alright. Ignore you. I want that. I'm gonna stay up here. Because, yeah, you kinda need to. And now... Fiery oil. Nice touch. But now you can see what it's like to have maximum power as well. And just kind of watch yourself. So another goodie will be down here when you're traversing through the stage. You definitely want to get it. And be careful, the knockback can throw you off more than anything. And nice. Great. Saved by the hover. Oh boy. I can hear the sensor going off, so right here. Where another goodie would be. I'm gonna wait. I don't trust myself anymore. Alright, continuing onward. Take you out. Deal with you, because you're annoying. Get rid of you. And I can feel the sensor going off. I keep saying here because I can hear the vibrations as well, but it's over here. If I'm remembering right, there is a way to get it with Call, but don't quote me. I think I have to freeze the character with an ability I don't have yet, but best way to get that usually is Beck or GV. But it's there. Alright, I feel the HD rumble going off. Oh right, because there's hidden walls here. That you need to break. I'll take that, thank you. There we go. I won't worry about that. Okay. Jerk. Knockback is the worst, always is. Yeah, I think that's just regular CP points naturally. But we are at our boss, so it's time for his weakness. Which, is Gyro's attack, and I have the costume I liked the best. It looked similar, or second best I should say. It looks too much like Kalinka. That's what bugs me about it. Alright, Pyro, let's go. So his arms will actually tell you what type of attacks he's gonna do. If he builds up like that, he's gonna have the fire punch. If he just has the straightaway, then he's just gonna hop back. And of course, a suplex. This is his desperation attack, which honestly, I've never found a proper way to dodge. It reminds me too much of Yellow Devil. But do get into the corner for the burst, which I failed at miserably. Ow. Aw, I wanted the burst out of him. Oh well. That's what I get for having the rebound attack. Anyways, how'd I do? Ooh, I didn't do very well at all. It's been a long, long time. I used to have every stage memorized because I played with so many characters. But with that, let's show off the rewards. Of course, you get the heat element from beating Pyrogen. And then you also get the charge shot, so if you really want to make it feel like a Mega Man game, you can use that. I personally don't, but it's nifty. And then, for the bullet dissipation option, you have diffusion, which I'll show that off. So it's charge shot, diffusion, and then just some goodies. So, let's just do this one. Where is it? Should be here, diffusion. Will split off and fly in many directions. I have the alpha turned on that lets me pass through walls, so it's not going to do anything. But when it hits an enemy, it breaks up into 4 pieces. And then the other one was the charge shot. You have to link it with a weapon, which this is different. Let's go with pyros, why not? So, let's see. When it's charged, it's supposed to mimic whatever shot you have equipped. So with pyros, I have the wave shot as a fire wave. So you can have it manual, or you can auto-charge it, and you can even shorten the charge time if you so choose. So it charges very quickly. But that's something I'm not really a fan of using, but it is a neat way. If you want to stay on your main weapon and just change the charge element to be something else, you can do that. And then of course there's the heat, which is just gonna give you a fire element. We'll be showing that off with the next character, I think. If I'm remembering right, the next character is broken. But that pretty much does it for Call in this stage. As you can see, they gave just enough difference to each character that they feel like a unique play style, even though it's roughly the same. And the customization really makes that shine as well. So I'm gonna stop here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Mighty Gunvolt Burst. This is Autumn Child saying I'll see you all next time.